So first we will research methodology topic. First we will see the research. What is the meaning of the research? Research is the discovery answers to intellectual and practical problems through the application of scientific method. Is a systematic effort. Should we have the systematic effect? There are the two types of the efforts are there, systematic manner and also the unsystematic manner. So you should be always go for the systematic manner. That is very, very important. See, once if you follow the systematic process, you will get very beautiful and also the output, very good output, quality output. Then you will satisfy your research and also the problem and also your guide. So research is the systematic process of collecting and analyzing information in order to increase our understanding of the phenomena. Should be you should have some systematic manner process. Just like that, randomly we should not approach anyone. Research is the process of finding solutions to a problem after a thorough study and analysis of the different factors. So there are the various factors influence that research. It's not one. So if you are seeing many factors, I'll tell one each and everything about how it will show the influences. Because we used to see real time scholars how they are facing. So all these things. See, objectives of the research main formulative research, descriptive research, diagnostic research. But mostly I will give preference to hypothesis testing research because we will get more SCA publication if you give preference about the hypothesis means derivable. So characters, what are the characters of the research? So first we have to find the problem. Previous means in 10 years back, what else the problem is nowadays everything is changed. Research also it's related to they are giving tie up to industry. I used to say my scholars also go to industry, identify the problem, then find the solution. Then all will get benefit. Industry will get benefit, scholar will get benefit, and also society will get the benefit. And at the same time, we will get patent papers, and also the especially scholar and guide will get the royalty if you show the solution of the problem. Mostly our scholars used to do find the solutions of the industry related problems. So if you're going to
Ma'am,
see,
I'm sorry for the disturbance.
yes,
The voice is very low, ma'am.
sir, now is okay. Hello.
It's okay, ma'am.
Yes. Shall I continue? So, if you're going to see, research activities are characterized by carefully designed procedures. Should have the procedures should be designed just like that. We should not design the procedures, and also you need some expertise, skill necessary. So everybody will take guideship, but skill should have to identify the skilled guides. I can say that one in boldly also. Research involves the quest of answers to unsolved problems require courage, because if your problem is very big, so nothing is there. It's if you can able to find the solution, there is nothing is problem. At the same time, it's characterized by different types of the activities. Carefully each and everything you have to record it and report it, each even time and also temperature and date. We used to give one data sheet for all scholars, m.tech, b.tech, and also phd and postdoc scholars. We used to give data sheets. They have to daily where they went, what they did, and also even time including seconds. Then only we will give the approval report. Day to day we will take the report of our scholars. So that should be a systematic manner. Otherwise we have to develop that attitude to the scholars. It's very helpful for their quality research. We'll get good quality and good publications also. So we used to Mostly all are following scientific method in engineering and science discipline, but arts is that is different. Nowadays in management, students are also coming to us. They are asking, we also follow scientific methods, but for them it may not be necessary, of course, but if they follow, well and good also. Science refers to the body of systematic and organized knowledge which makes use of scientific method, very very important to acquire knowledge in a particular field of inquiry. So if you are going to see, knowledge is very important. So only once only we are going to do our research, especially for PhD and postdoc. That time you have to acquire more knowledge. Scientific method attempts to achieve a systematic interrelation of facts by experimentation, observation, and logical arguments from accepted and combination of various everything should be in correct proportions. Some should not be more experiment than less observations, and less interpretation means that report may not looks fine. We can't give approval for that. So, if you are going to see what are the basics in scientific research, it's a concept, and also consideration, and also the predictions. Everything should be evidence, very important evidence, especially for scientific field and also the engineering and science streams. We need evidence. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get the at the same time that report should reflect your concept and also the considerations, predictions, what further next, what further, all these things aims at formulating of the all these criteria. If you are going to see, purpose clearly defined, research process detailed, research design thoroughly planned, high ethical standards applied. Ethical standards very important. You see, previously the example for this one, I would like to share one experience with all students and staffs. Ethical standard, especially for nowadays, if you're going to see COVID-19. Actually, for that one, you know very well how even how scientists are struggling to get that ethical clearance. That is separate committee is there. If you completed your research and if you drafting also, the editorial boards are asking ethical clearance. Recently we published one tools and techniques, IoT tools and techniques related to COVID-19. For that also they are asking so many questions. So that's why ethical standards have to very important. Even if you come, if you do any research, any small research work on prawn or shrimp, also they are asking whether you got a ethical clearance from ethical committee. Separate committee is there. Then limitations are also we have to three, so many limitations. Findings presented and also conclusions should be justified. Whatever you are concluding, you should be justifying of your experimental approach and also the your researches. So if you are going to see, your drafting and your and your experiment will reflect your research, will reflect your research. So that's why immediately they will see why these people are showing more interest to publications, because once if you publish your paper, your work has been accepted. Published means in Scopus are also good scientific journals, not in low level journals. Your work has been accepted worldwide, so there is no questions, no queries about your research. So that's why we are giving importance to our scholars, and also any guide, also even an university or IITs, all they are telling, at least try to publish in a say paper which have impact factor 0.1 to 10 30 for 34 nature 34 also is there. So qualities of a good research: systematic manner, logical thinking. What we are thinking, no, logical. Whatever you are defining your problem should be logical. You have to explain them in front of the expert members, and also the and at the same time replicable, creative. Creativity should have the use of multiple methods. Instead see a review of literature that they use it for the IoT and also artificial, nowadays artificial intelligence. We are planning to apply artificial intelligence in COVID mitigation tools also. If artificial intelligence once I think so all are in computer science department. Artificial intelligence means They're telling, experts are telling many jobs will lay off. So how it will fruitful, we will have to see. Use of multiple methods. So multiple methods means if you are using many methods. Suppose in 1951 author used in protocol, no need to use the same protocol. Why can't you go for innovative? Just like change and use. How, what about the result? If you are less result also, no need to worry. Go for further another alternative. So nowadays all are expecting innovating. Even small work also, even research proposal, small work also should have innovation. That's why many scholars used to say, madam, I submitted proposal in some small grants, DST, DBT, and grant varlan. How they will get grant? Because there is no novelty. Novelty, even small grant, even 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs also, they're expecting novelty. Novelty, if you don't have, if I don't have novelty in your research proposal, or also the means, how they will accept. Even publications also, same thing scholars are also facing. Then for that's why I used to say to my scholars and also my research scholars and postdocs, what they're telling, why can't you go more for novelty? Even design small work also go, should have novelty. Automatically we will get good publications and we'll get good grants also. That is called systematic and quality research. So only once only we are going to do research. So do slowly and also the quality. Need for research for this one is description and also diagnosis, hypothesis. That's why I'm telling all our even my professors used to say, madam, you completed that work, project work, what about your hypothesis? They're expecting, that is common. That's why you should concentrate on your output. One of the output should be about this inductions and also the reductions. This is the need for research. All should have, then all flavors should have that research. Then your research, because it's not others, it's our research means you should have all these things. So for decision making, so risks are common. Anywhere risks are common. You have to overcome uncertainty. Uncertainty also will come, used to come, because very good example for uncertainty. We got one project from Hyderabad and was in private limited to detect some low cost risks. 1.5 years we completed with the collaboration of SRM University and IIT. To students they completed, but COVID, they closed the labs, all chemicals and also strips, paper based, everything been destroyed. So only one parameter only we completed. So then students said, madam, chemicals nothing is there, how? Again you start, that is called, and we can't predict any sometimes. So uncertainty is common, you have to overcome. Identify alternative courses of action. So if you could not able to identify, do this one means go for alternative. Helps in economic use of resources. Then while you are using resources, should be very carefully you have to use, because the costly we are using now. So it's, if you are using 100 ml, 10 ml instead of 10 ml, you should not use 100 ml. Others they will use for remaining 90 ml. So you have to give chance for others also. Helps in project identification. That's very very important. Project identification is very very important nowadays. Also, even this much of experience, we more or less we are spending 15 to 20 days to write that proposals, with the help of many experts. So then only we will use to get that the projects are also publications. Otherwise, there is no novelty means we can't get good publications. So while identification itself, so the first step itself, we should be very careful. Solve investment problems. So nowadays many funds are rising. If you want, I will share one day with your coordinator, sir, Ramchandran sir. Lot of investment for students and also the staffs. No, not only in India, abroad, America, and also Malaysian, Indonesian government, small 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh. So for investment purpose, you should not suppose, any student should not support supposed to stop their research. Solves pricing problems. So suppose in you take one or two, three labs quotations, even software also, you go for the minimum cost, then we can finish. Solve and also many problems we used to see all these things in research. It's these only problems we can, problems means solve, so automatically, obviously, 100%. Next step is solution. Automatically, any problem there is a solution. So solves decision making issues in HR. Though HR used to help for all these things. Solves various operational and planning problems of business and industry. So nowadays, you know very well about that one. Incubation centers are raised. It's a very good chance. So students are also staff. They can go towards that industries and also the business for using your research. No need to do wonders. You whatever you are doing with that itself, you approach one any industry nowadays in buy or call for is there. Even if you want to start your own business, even computer science, bio, or also EC biosensors, they call for biosensor. They are using 18 months, they are using 50 lakhs. But your proposal should be innovate. For innovative proposal, the people are where people are ready to support you. Mitra is there, she is ready to support you even 18 months. So that time you can take leave, you can start your incubation center. After that you can join in college. That time you take leave also from your college if you want to do wonders. If you want to do identify the problems of industry, show the solutions. Otherwise you can get that fund for your college also. Through college also you can complete that also. Many ways are there, many ways are there. Now government is coming forward to give funds for the innovative researchers, and also youngsters are also. And expertise is very important for the skills and expert. Technical expertise is very very important. So if you're going to see, provides the basis for all government policies in our economic system, helps social scientists in studying social relationships and in seeking answers to various social problems. If we are going to see, for student, research means way to attain high position in the social structure. For professionals in research, it may mean a source of livelihood. So there are for student view is different, professional view is different, social scientist view is different, government policies is different. Nowadays government policies is only innovative product. If you develop product, we will get more funds from industry type. Automatically economy will increase. That is common strategy. Economic system increases government policy. So various policies, whatever it may be, either government policy, social scientist, or also student or professional, whoever may be, while you are choosing that research problem, you should be very carefully do, and also innovatively identified, and also you do that experiment, innovative experiment. Always see the product related, then we will get more economic system. So, for philosophers and thinkers, research means the outlet for new designs and inserts. For literature, men and women, research means development of new styles and creative work. So, we have to show, so always they are doing in 1950, they are doing one research 60, 70. So, why we are doing the old styles? Go for new styles and do creative. So let's say this is the passion. Research should be passion. You have to enjoy the research. Ultimately we'll get good outputs. That time you may struggle because of financial, because we saw all these things, fees, all these things. So that time after that you will get good output. And also the that's why you go for the new styles and creative work. So if you are going to see intellectuals, research means generalization of new theories. So see, you feel it, you assume, predict. Now suppose if I completed my research, if I my output is new hypothesis or new theory with the new style, means it reflects your name only, in name only. This et al, or as, Rao et al completed this research, she derived the new theory. That is the uh, you feel some pleasure that you can't express in words. Also once you do, you try new with new styles and creative and innovative. If you identify the new project, identify new software, identify new coding, how you will feel like that. Your ideas, your everybody is having same quality. Some are using, some are not using. That only difference between the winners and runners. So try to do new revolution research, and you automatically everything will come. Fund will come, papers will come, patent will come, experts, everybody will see at you only. See, some things, problems also there, not similar to science, uncontrollable variables, human tendencies. These are the problems. Time and money, lack of computerization, lack of scientific training in the methodology of research. So these are the problems, but we can overcome. Not similar to science, you can change. Uncontrollable variables. What are the you? It's not uncontrollable. Try to control it. Maximum you have to try. Human tendencies, this is the common we used to see all these things. Time and money. So lack of computerization, main scientific training in the methodology of research. Training very important. Once if you train means you will get good output. That only I'm telling all to all research scholars. You train only 15 days or 20 days only we're going to get the training na? Then no need to depend for every time coming and asking. So you go, you they themselves they will do. That is very very important. You have to train our scholars. That's best option. Then we will expect more from each and every students. Insufficient interaction between university research department and business establishment. So that is common. So between university, because we used to get more all these things, business establishment. So if any interaction is lack means directly you can approach your guide or somebody, they will help. So that's why while you are selecting guide, very very important. Because when I was doing my research, my guide is really like godfather. He helped a lot in all aspects for fee and also the all these things. Like that only we have to work, because I used to publish more papers. That's why he got more. He also show more interest to help. So that one. So lack of confidence on the part of business units to give information. So that is very important. So while you are choosing establishment, if you want establishment, you should be very careful. Code of contact, difficulties of assistancy. So this, that's why some people will make delay. Poor library management and functioning, difficulty of timely availability of published data, ignorance, research for the sake of research, limited practical utility. They may use high sounding business. So if you are going to see management and functioning, and also availability of published data, while the where this all are struggling means published data. Means availability, because some universities may not give passwords also for the science alert and also some journal. For that you can get collaboration with some universities who are having access. You collect with the help of them, they then you read for SCA journals and also nature journals, all these things. So, if you're coming, see, in decision making is the process of selecting the best alternative from the available set of alternatives. So, if your university is don't have that password, means go for another university. You ask them, anybody will help. If you're going to see in IIT Chennai, this big library is there only for. I think so many scholars know very well about that one. Just if you get that card means they will allow, you will get whatever you want, you can download. Management is if concerned with decision making and its implementation. So decision making implementation is very very important. Anybody can tell you do this one, you do that one. Who will implement reality? That is reality. So you have to try, you while you are choosing the problem itself, you should have to match it to reality with implementation. Everything should be in your control. These decisions should be based on appropriate studies, evaluation, and observations. Research provides us with knowledge and skills needed to solve the problems and to meet the challenges of a fast phase decision making environment. So, if you have means problems, common challenges of a fast paced decision making environment means that time knowledge and skills will help. Very important. Who will help with knowledge and skills? Your team members. If a project means team members, or your individual researcher means guide and university guide also has to support, then only you can able to achieve. Yeah, because I used to see in various universities, I'm co-guideship in Satyabama, all these universities. Sometimes guide may not cooperate, she can't submit. She has to whatever publication she is having. So all these many factors. So somehow we have to overcome all these things. Next. See, more making involves three activities: intelligence activity, scanning the environment for identifying conditions necessary for the decision, designing activity, choice activities. These activities are very, very important for the part in research methodology. So factors, three factors: external, internal, quantitative factors. So you know very well about that one. Internal factors, technology, trade; external factors, framework and cultural factors; quantitative factors, cost factors, and also the time, resources. So this is reality. These factors are reality. So once if are identifying the problem, towards the identify the solution, all factors will influence. It's a common strategy, not research. In our human life also, internal external factors always influence. So somehow we have to manage. Next, qualitative factors cannot be measured in quantity, such as organizational, so employees, risk of technology changes. So mostly we are not, mostly any researchers may not willing to share her or his technology transfer to industry. That is another issue is there in research. If you identify means how you will transfer without royalty. We can't transfer our technology to anyone without royalty. That is common issues. Otherwise you should have patent. So this is the very important and risk factor also nowadays. Not some, many are facing this problem. Industries are also asking, why can't you transfer your technology to our industries, ma'am, like that. But it's very difficult. Without permission of university we can't transfer anything. Uncertainty factors, factors which cannot be predicted, that is called uncertainty. Previous slides I described about that uncertainty plus factors, how we influence that research, whatever it may be, qualitative research, quantitative research. These are the types. If you are coming to theory, the research, there are the descriptive research, analytical research. They will ask whether you are going for descriptive research, analytical research. So descriptive research means characters of individual, situational group. If you go for the case studies, analytical research means analyzing the facts or information already available. Example for that one, research. Recent one m.tech student is doing IoT application for detection of COVID-19. That is already data is there. IoT, if she apply me, she can get that output. So that is called analytical research. Next, applied research. Action research is carried out to find solution to a real life problem, an action or policy decision. So fundamental research is basic or pure research, sake of knowledge. Applied research, we can applied research. Mostly people are showing more interest because easy to get that product, and also the novelty. Novelty. Fundamental research means even b.tech students they can do fundamental research. Quantitative research is employed for measuring the quantity or amount of a particular phenomena by the use of statistical analysis. Qualitative research is if you're going to see finding out the quality of a particular phenomena. So there is a little bit, not that much, a little bit variation is there. For this one, you may take this one as a subtopic. No need to take this one is a big topic for your core, because your research topic or problem may not tune fine. So, if you're going to see, concept related research is generally used by philosophers and thinkers to develop new concepts. You can develop new concepts also. It's not big issue. See, if you're going to see database research means mostly analytical will come under all these things, which depends on experience or observations alone. It is aimed at coming up with conclusions without due regard for system and theory. So this is while you will take one part, this another chapter you can take this one. These are other types. One time research, say single period, single time, so based only one. So these are this slide shows different various research carried out several time periods longitude, because if you're virology and also even 7 years 8 years will take time. Diagnostic research, clinical research, actually nowadays you know very well about that one. Vaccine trials, very good example, live example, present example, existing example. Diagnostic research, actually previous means over 10 year or 15 years back clinical trials need 15 to 20 years real. Nowadays, because modernization, technology and also novelty, they're easy to do for the studies. In vivo studies, then you'll go to in vitro studies, then to give the trials for mice and then go for the human trials, then automatically will get that vaccine production. Diagnostic research, clinical research, various research they are doing. So somehow it is the if you are going to exploratory research, if you are going to see knowledge based, this one is the familiarity with the problem. Actually first step, this one is explanatory research. If you should be familiar with your problem, whoever may be, whatever it may are, means if they will ask means immediately you have to be familiar, you have to ready to explain about your problem, how to identify what is your research problem, what about the solutions, what about the technology we're going to use, what about that expertise, what about the novelty, what about the methodology, what about your literature, why you are to choose this problem, why can't you go for another problem. So you should be very familiar. When you will become familiar, if you have that base, if you have base means automatically will become familiar. Next, experimental research. See, if you're going to see phenomena, particular variable, you take only one variable, then you will complete. That is mostly scientific students will do this one. Historical research. See, the first step is review of literature. Here only all are telling. We used to use 3 to 6 months time to study the literature review. That is sufficient. If really they study the literature, whatever we are giving the data, if they study, they will prepare the technical draft, then half of that research over. Otherwise, many students, they said, they used to say complete madam, we will go for other step. So that's why what they're planning, we are planning means they have to submit technical draft about the review of literature. We used to insist the students, even postdoc also insist the students, try to publish one review of literature of your research problem. That's all. Because what will happen means, if they should know up to at least 10 years what happened in your area, what about that innovations, how you whether what you are going to do. So first one is review the literature, define research problem, review concept and theories. What are the concept? They 1960 what they use, 70 they use, 80 use. Review previous research findings. You have to review, then only will become strong in our research. Formulate hypothesis, you try to design research including sample data, and also the analyze the data. If anything means, you have to analyze the data. So this is very important basic step. You should always think this one is, if you are good in the review of literature means, half of the research you may over. So you can answer to anyone. Definition of the research problem. What is the research definition is different, research problem is different. So it is a issue have to examine. Some difficulties, so experience maybe need some research experience in the context of whether theory or practical situation, and wants to obtain a solution for the same. That is very important. So if you are going to see how to we will give for the research problem means, company employees, because we nowadays mostly we are giving mostly all are planning to do go for the business plans, all these things. Relevant reading of published trends and regulations, company records and also the reports. The first step in the research process, definition of the problem, involves two activities: identification, selection of the problem, formulation of the problem. This step involves identification of few problems and selection of one out of them after evaluating the alternatives against certain selection criteria. So, sources of problem: reading, academic experience, daily experience. So, I'll answer your questions after my presentation. Please wait. The selection of one appropriate researchable problem out of the identified problems: internal criteria, external criteria. So, formulation is the process of refining the research ideas into research questions and objectives. Two ways of stating a problem: posting questions. Now, some are chart post their questions. So that is also one we will see. Making statements. So if you are going to see problem definition, issues, investigation, very important. Finding the goal of finding an answer or solution. So have to understanding the nature of problem. Developing ideas through decision. These are the how to overcome all these things in research problem. Criteria: what is the criteria? Clear and interesting, novel. So I used to like in proposals, novelty. Simply old proposals, they should not supposed to bring the novelty, then only will get good papers, and also the uh, good proposals also. Authorities also will appreciate. So madam, what's your novelty in your research proposal? Suppose you are telling you are going to identify that low cost strips which will useful for aqua farmers. Already it's developed. What is because they developed 5 rupees, sir, we are ready to develop in 1 rupee also. At the same time, use and throw. Even layman also can use our diagnostics tools. That like that, how to, we have to demonstrate in front of all. Availability of guidance, that's very important. Guide is very important. Guide should be expert, it should have knowledge, otherwise very difficult to complete work. This is the flow chart, reflects the clear cut research objectives. Just to see. So establishment. Objectives refers to the questions to be answered through the study. Outcome. Results. They indicate what we are trying to get from the study, or the expected result, outcome of the study. What's your outcome of your study? That's very important. So we used to ask, Inama, what you are going to get your outcome, means they is telling the essay paper published for a scope, but not like that. Product, we are expecting product from your work. Like that. Nowadays, trend is expecting novelty. Research objectives should be clear and achievable. Reality is very achievable and reality. Suppose you could, your ideas may be so high, means we can achieve through some funds, or also we can talk with administration. They are ready to afford. But everything is in your hands and your guide hands. The objectives may be specified in the form of either statements or questions. So whatever it may be, you have to use this first second step. Review of, that is the first one is research problem, second review of literature. This is very very important. More or less at least, or good papers 25 to 50 you have to download, you have to take print, you have to read. Documentation of the review of the published unpublished work from secondary sources. This I think so, you know very well about all these things. Aim to find out problems they already investigated. So everybody will ask question, why you chose this topic? Already they done, why again? Means you have to, how you will answer. If you are very familiar with review of literature, only you can able to answer. Otherwise you can't give any answers to experts. After experts only, if you answer based on that only, we will select the candidates for our scholars. So extensive survey of all available past studies. Very important. You have to study extensively. Very, very important. I am telling to all, whoever may be, we have the who have the interest in do research means study review of literature. Next, purpose is why, madam, you are telling this much strongly. You are telling study that the review of literature means because gain background knowledge, concepts, and also methodology, research design, and also data sources, and also how to structure your reports. Your report, that's the structure of the report is very important. Randomly we should not supposed to prepare that report and should not supposed to submit to your guides and also the other committees, government bodies or non-organization government, because the structurally report should be structurally technical report. It's not simple normal report, technical report. Your by seeing your reports reflects your knowledge, reflects your face in your report. So this is another one in one of the identify the relevant sources, a part of review of literature. So what are the sources where we have to go, madam? Means like that books and journals, electronic databases, you know very well about all these things, government industry report. Only don't go for only published journals. Some reports are available, technical reports are available, industry and government. Once the product, once industry we get the product patent means they will release that. A very good example in tech open, they used to publish many reports, technical reports. Next, suitable method of recording notice card system. This is nowadays all are using two sets of the card, source card, note cards. This is the source cards, can be coded by a simple system. How to cite a book means you have to use this is the format. Detailed information extracted from a printed source is recorded on the note cards. You should have all these things, then only you will become full researcher, because it's our work, we have to do in correct manner. There are several ways of presenting the ideas of others within the body of the paper. Nowadays everything is changed. If you're going to see in suppose essay papers in you try to give peer-reviewed journals, their structure is totally different. According to that, you have to prepare body of the paper. In some models of industry buying behavior, the number of influencing factors for industry related work means that is different. So what are these important things related to second step? Read relevant literature. These are this one. Next, formulation. How to formulation of hypothesis. So I'm taking more time. So relation between variables, theoretical framework. You know very well about that hypothesis. Very important. I'm requesting all research who are having interest, scholars, students, faculty, try to give more importance to give variables and deliver the hypothesis. It says that X forms. So it's a predictive statement that independent variable to a dependent. You take two variables. One is independent, another is dependent. Then you try it very nicely. We will get good hypothesis from your research itself. Even small research itself, two variables is there. We can deliver. This is the theory which shows the guessing of the problem solution. While you are, that's why I'm telling, while you are working, whatever work it may be, research, paper writing, drafting, review of literature, you involve, then you will get happiness. Broad question which cannot be directly tested. So criteria, these are the characters. It should be clear, specific, and also the it should be tested, testable, and relationship. Simplicity, objectivity, and relevance, availability of techniques, statistical methods. You can go for that one. It's a very good method. Either ANOVA also good only. Next, if you're going to see examination of data and records for possible trends, review of similar studies. This is another one. So types of hypothesis, because a descriptive, public enterprise more. For example, for that one, these are the some examples. null hypothesis. You know very well these are the theory you studied in your research methodology, because it's a, I think so you are having one paper. You can study all these things in your as a part of your research. Alternative hypothesis. You have any doubt related to hypothesis, I will leave my email id, you just contact me for any doubt. Non-directional and directional forms of relationship. This is the correlation for the hypothesis. It's very interesting topic actually. Because of lack of time, we could not able to spend more time. It gives a defined point to the investigation, provide direction to the study functional. Data needs the source of data. It suggests which type of research is likely to be more appropriate. So these are the general questions we used to see. What is research methodology? They used to ask in many webinars. What constitute a research topic? How to select a research topic? What is a literature review? How to find sources? Some common types, qualitative, quantitative, common questions, previous topics. So, unanswered questions, unsolved questions, statement of inquiry, how to select. Personal, very important. You should have interest. Without interest, if you take up any work that may not fruitful, time waste. Should have interest, because I used to say your work you have to do. So you should have interest, personal interest, social problem, testing theory, program and human service practice, minority in research. Here I will tell only one statement, because time is running. Whatever problem, whatever research, because I think so 2015 I attended one this one DBT proposal, they accepted for experts. They asked only one question. I prepared. They may ask this one. They didn't ask anything. Only one question they asked. What is that one, madam? Your proposal is show any solution to the society? Yes, sir. That proposal is we planning to identify the biofertilizers which will helpful for farmers. So like that, question should be always thinking about the what our research should help the society. That only experts are even proposals they are expecting. So this is the doing research product. We have to think all the outbox and inbox thinking. This is the systematic available sources. If you are going to see already the previous slide I said, again here some important things, again I will review. What is the nature of the problem being investigated? That is appropriate methodology is very important. Whatever research you are planning, it should be appropriate methodology. Common types of quantitative methodology. Case studies also you can do nowadays. One of my dean, one school of computing dean, Dr. Kumaravel sir from Singapore, he said, madam, I am planning to do case studies on COVID-19 for sequencing database, NC-based sequencing database. So that also you can do case studies, because nowadays they identified the one nymphovirus, because in computational approach it's very suitable for case studies. What types of that data? Mixed, also continuous categorical. So how to collect data? Observations, interviews, reports and records. Needs to consider the type of data collected. See, if you're going to see as per text, these are the different types of the test used on different data. Test used on continuous data is ANOVA, I said in previous single, or also two-way ANOVA, one-way ANOVA also you can use. Draw conclusions from data, use of graphical presentation, statistical. You do like that, means bar diagrams, graphical representation. If you want to publish in good paper in scientific reports, Nature, which have impact factor more than 9 or up to 34, they will expect only graph diagrams. See, if you are going to see how to present research, means pictures, it's like that, because don't write theory, this one, that one. Nowadays people are not accepting all this. That is golden days. Go for the diagrams, light charts, organizational, and also the scattered plots. These are the APA styles, because in journals they are asking different styles. Journal format, if you are going to see APA style, this is the APA style format. Referencing also should be differently, you have to refer. in text citations we have to do like this: author's last name and year of publications. Example for that one. This the how to do survey, and also the if you are going to see reports, articles, proposals, web pages, conference, meetings, lectures, that is totally different domain. That is research is totally different world. You have to enjoy with innovation and also technical support and also the systematic manner. Some writing constant, per audience purpose. Okay, you have to see all these things. Purpose of writing. Writing style is also very important. Just like that, randomly we should not write. Content, style, form, grammar, usage, and also spelling, layout, double column, single column. So for this one, you can take experts from department wise. You can take formal reports. This is not formal reports they used to send for general articles. Layout. See how nicely avoiding common errors of grammar. One of the most important skills a writer can have is the ability to compose clear, complete sentence. Basic unit of communication, all forms of English. That's very, very difficult for some. They will submit that papers. For us itself, it will take 10 days to correct their communication skills. All this. See, if you're going to see introduction, depending on the present set design for the connecting light emitting. So, example here we said for introduction also simply whatever is there in previous should not write by your own. You have to write editing. Editing is also very important. What message to send? That is editing guide will take care. So this is the another words. See example, city engineers devised came up with. This is wrong. One example only here I showed. Like that, many examples. It will take 1 day time if I'll explain. So this is sufficient. Beginners orient readers to document. Several names for summarize some technical abstract, informative abstract. So abstract, not only abstract summary is not like that. Many you can write. All are writing abstract means why you are writing abstract. Go for technical abstract, informative abstract, executive summary. Like that, be different from others. New design. Example for party. Major general articles follow a set of organization. This is the actual the major. Mostly they will follow like that. But if you are going to see nature, Springer publication, first they will give for summary materials and methods itself. That is totally different. So where it will varies one to another. This is the examples of the diagrammatical pictures. So medical and research way, industry way. This diagram shows the various type of the research topics, how to design. This is the references. Conference proceeding references is totally different. General references is totally different. While you are citing references in a journal format, should be very careful. Then only you submit. Books references also different. Format is different. CD-ROM if you want to use means for thesis you have to use. Suppose if you take any information from any doctoral thesis, you should write like this. You have to acknowledgement. Say if you're going to see when to publish, where to publish it. So if you're going to project once, if you review, you have to submit a review report, then only you go for the publication. Example checklist, review of paper, possible recommendations. This all nowadays everybody knows, I think so. Little or because we used to get as a reviewer and editorial member, minor correction, major correction, rejections. So professors what they will do, revising the paper, resubmitting the paper, proofs, galley proofs. Most research papers can be described as being either breakthrough, ground, and also very important reality quality of matter. See, these are the perfect paper. The paper is clearly acceptable with few minor changes means what they will do. Anyhow, thank you for your patience. Thank you for giving opportunity. Now I'll switch on.